Hello everybody, how are you? This past week has been such an amazing week and I cannot wait to share it with you. Hello everybody, how are you? My name is Dawn and I'm the Life Harmony Coach with lifeharmonycoach.com, and welcome to my channel. I do videos on life transformation, health and wellness, and my own personal journey recovering from chronic illness. And today, guys, I'm going to give you guys an update of this 3-week vlog, the third week, 21-day spiritual fast I did. And I just have some amazing things to tell you guys about. I'm so excited to tell you. I'm over here at the Point Hilton, just hanging out. Actually, it's now Arizona Grand. So yeah, they changed that quite some time ago. But back in the day, we used to live closer to here, and we had like a membership at their gym at this area. Phoenix is just full of resorts. So I hope you guys enjoy all the videos I've taken here. The reason I do that with my channel is because videos and music are so incredibly healing, and it gives me joy to just film it. We just have so much fun. We're over here filming. But anyway, so I did a 21-day fast for spiritual reasons. It's really different from the other fast and cleanse I used to do for health and then spiritual, because you always still, no matter what, you will spiritually change if you do a fast. But the intention is different, because what fasts do is that when you're detoxifying, you're also detoxifying on cells, emotions that attach to your cells. So neurotransmitters are sent out of your brain that actually attach to your cells based on your emotions. And in Chinese medicine, thousands of years ago, they used to report that, you know, for instance, anger would affect your liver and so on and so forth. So really interesting stuff. But for me, it's always worry, overthinking, obsessive thinking, worry, and that affects the spleen and pancreas, which, you know, can totally contribute to weight, you know. But it also contributes to a lot of other things too, so which overacts on this organ and that organ. But what's so interesting, you know, and I'm going to go into some videos explaining more about my background in this area, just so you guys can understand, because it is amazing when you start studying this stuff, because it just matches so much, believe it or not, biblically. That may offend some people, but you don't know it until you actually go there. You would know it if you were a naturopath or an acupuncturist that's Christian that went to school, but I'm going to be addressing those in the future. If you guys like that idea, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell for notifications, because those are going to be really good things. Because I'm telling you guys, on social media, the #1 question I get is about Chinese medicine from Christians specifically. So it's definitely something that we can educate people on. But anyhow, and just, you know, for your information or whatever, and you can receive what you can from that, and believe me or not, you know, no big deal. Yeah, that's just kind of how I am. But what was interesting, when I was in medical school, we would, you know, talk a lot about the negative emotions, how they impact your health, and they would also address, you know, for some point, the positive emotions affecting health. For instance, like, you know, anger, you know, affects the liver and causes liver qi stagnation, they would say, and then they would say your passion would actually open up that. So sometimes the reason why you're getting angry is because you're not within your passion, or that's stirring something in your heart to do something. You know, if people didn't get angry, the world would never change, you know. For instance, if Mother Teresa didn't get angry that the poor were being not taken care of or people weren't dying appropriately, then she wouldn't have done the work that she would have done. Gandhi, I can name person after person that got, righteously angry in a way to do something that was great. But their anger went in all over the places, I'm sure. They had a struggle with it. We all do. It's the same thing. Did you know that stress is just anger and fear wrapped up in one? But yeah, and we just commonly say, I'm stressed, and it's okay to stress. We really can reject that and live in freedom, and that's just basically what this whole 21-day fast has been about. It's been a long journey. I feel like I have just had breakthrough after breakthroughs this past year and then this year, and just so much of my health is improving. In March, I'm going to be doing some blood work, and that will hopefully show that. But one of the biggest things that I am really learned over this fast is that, and it had to do with YouTube, is that I don't know why I started doing these vlogs the way that I'm doing, or this channel the way that I am. I just had an inspiration to do it. I just went with my gut. I said I'm going to do this because, yeah, I am a Chinese practitioner that suffers from a chronic illness and is trying to recover. So I took a humble position to do this instead of trying to be the expert. Now, in the beginning, the name of this channel was Life Harmony Coach, and so I changed it because it didn't feel right, because I wanted to take you along with my journey. I mean, this was my situation. This was my situation from the beginning since I became a practitioner. But things did improve with my health for a long, long time. But then all of a sudden, things changed when life hit me extremely hard over the last 10 years. If I told you over and over like what had happened to me, your mouth would drop. And how did you survive that, Dawn? How are you still alive? And I came out like better than before. That's why I ended up writing a book called Knowing It's All Good after my life transformation. And I've only climbed a mountain and gone onto the other side. I'm not over this mountain yet. I'm still going down it. But I am better than I was before. And recently I feel like I've gone back up the mountain to look down to the other side. And sometimes I feel that you're called to do that, to see where you came from and to overcome a situation that needs to happen before you're able to get down. And so I realized something, that I am documenting basically my miracle. I am documenting a miracle. That's what a healing journey is, and I'm going to go into more videos about that. I'm so excited to do so. I have really some amazing ideas, very similar to the one that I did in the past, which I'll link below, called You Are Beautiful. But anyway, so this fast has been truly amazing. I have my notes here, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about this. So and just read if you don't mind, just because I don't have it all memorized, okay? So and I'm really actually almost sad to see this end, this time, because it's been so precious, and yeah, so, but these are the lessons that are learned from the fast. Number one is to be unapologetically me, and to rise above all the negativity in life and just know that it's Jesus and me, and to stop worrying 100% about the opinions of others, or if what I did may have hurt other people's feelings. If I have people in my life who are consistently offended by my living my God-sized dreams, then bye. I mean, life's just too short, it's too short to worry about other people's feelings all the time, and trust me, it's not like I'm going to say anything to try to offend people. I'm a nice girl. I don't do that on a typical basis. But if someone is hurting me, or they're just constantly offended by what I say about me just being me, yeah, you got to rethink things, and it takes a long time and maturity to get to that point, trust me. I wonder why this didn't happen 10 years ago. There's people that, do better with boundaries a longer time ago, and it's been a struggle for me for quite some time. It's still, something I struggle with. I think everyone struggles with boundaries. But the number two thing that I learned is gut instinct. So many times throughout my life, I felt like, a gut instinct on something, and I felt like, I need to do something, and then not realizing that this was probably God speaking. So I overthought things. I rationalized myself out of these instincts because they didn't make sense. Not everything with God will make sense. I mean, you hear people's stories and sometimes, whoa, that's pretty crazy. But the supernatural is kind of crazy, and that's what God is in that realm, okay? And that's how he works. He works very supernaturally and naturally. I mean, he comes in the natural for the supernatural, is what I mean. So he asked me to listen up and surrender and pray what does not make sense when I have a gut feeling. But sometimes I just have a knowing. You know and you're knower, you know. You just know and you're knower, right? And this is the number one thing as a Christian I really wish I would have learned a long time ago, that it is not my job or role to work out all my problems. It is my role to position myself next to Christ for Him to guide me in all that I do. And I wrote down some verses: Philippians 4, 6 through 7, 1 Peter 5, 7, Matthew 11, 29 through 30, Matthew 6, 33 through 34. I will post those down in the description. So, yeah, so number 2, trust my gut instinct. Number 3 is this miracle that happened while I was on the fast, okay? So on this fast, I did an elimination diet, as you saw in the 2 previous videos, and I did the GAPS program, and you pretty much eliminate most foods, and I was just eating soups with vegetables and some probiotic foods, really simple, and we really enjoyed it, actually. But as the weeks go on, you're supposed to add in more food, and each time I always do an elimination diet, I always end up, because when you're detoxifying, it stresses the body out, and then stress will overact cortisol, and when cortisol is overacted, it can flare up food allergies really bad, in simplistic terms. And so every single time I start adding back the foods, every time I do an elimination diet, which I'm now purposed to do at least once a year, at least for now. That, of course, may change if my body's not needing that, but I like elimination, and I use it for my spiritual fast, so what's the big deal, right? So anyway, I started adding back food, and sure enough, I felt like I was having a few reactions, just like really simple things. And I can go more into this later about elimination diets, because I have learned a lot from doing them, and I have a probably different perspective than most. But I just felt in my spirit that I need to, for the years now, pray over my food and bless it, because let me just tell you guys, I have healed a lot from, I always talk about the eating disorder thing. I'm still in the process of, residual stuff with that, but I've recovered a lot from the behavior. I've recovered a lot from the weight stuff, even in not the perfect weight that I'm in. But I really have still had issues with food. I'm not in the behavior, but I'm uncomfortable eating the food. I'm uncomfortable if it's not organic. I'm comfortable if it's like not gluten-free, or, and it's just like I have all these food laws or something, or rules in my head. And so God just kind of called me and said, I want you to try wheat, and I want you to pray over it. I want you to believe that it actually is going to be okay. And sure enough, I did, and I did not react. And I'm telling you guys, I would normally react to that stuff. I would normally get tired. I would have my heart rate get high. No reaction whatsoever. Now, that doesn't mean I can go and freely eat whatever it is I want, but I just was really purposed after today, or after this past week, that I am going to go fully into 100% intuitive eating, and really not even talk about being on this I'll go in more about that later, guys. So, because I know you guys, I did the keto as really like a cleanse, but I just want to be clear that I'm not in any club. I'm not in the vegan club. I'm not in the paleo club. I'm not in the keto club, but I visit all clubs all the time, if that makes sense, okay? And so, anyway, that was so miraculous. He showed me that fear is exhausting my body, and fear of foods is just contributing to that. And so it's going to be a process to really go through, and I'll take you on that process with me. So I hope that you guys really, yeah, it was amazing, And like I said, I just have a huge passion to still eat healthy all the time. And what was interesting too, I had heard when you go really into intuitive eating, like your body, you just listen to your body, it'll crave stuff. And last time we decided to go and just have we felt called into doing a free meal. Not really, it was really just like I had a salad, soup, and then but we went out to eat, and then I had this cheese. I've been adding cheese back, but I had a little bit of bread, and then all of a sudden I was like, I really want some more greens or something, more vegetables. So I ordered some asparagus and ate that, so yeah, just listen, it's really going to work. It's just a process. And of course, the last thing I already mentioned is that I'm documenting my miracle here, and that's just amazing. And so I feel, let me just tell you, I went through the most intense amount of stress over the last 4 weeks. I know you don't see it or know it, because I've been working on overcoming that a lot. And so I've had the most intense trials and the most peace at the same time in my entire life. I'm seriously going through the biggest stressors in my entire life. I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook Live on Monday. I was, tearing up. It's just been pounded with one thing, my dog being put down, and then family drama, and then, our kitchen being ripped apart, and then I fell this past week and injured myself in 9 different places, and I'm walking around, I'm fine, So there is something unbelievably happening. And guys, if you're looking for a miracle, I would highly recommend pray about doing a fast. You have to feel called in it. You have to feel at peace with it. You have to be, you're excited about doing it, So yeah, if you've never done a fast, even if you just do 1-day fast or 3-day fast, and you don't have to just do water, there's all different kinds of fasts. Most people do the Daniel plan. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I really just am caring. I do this because I care about you. I care about your heart. I care about your soul. I just am so passionate when you find like, wow, I'm being free. I'm being released. I'm being healed in Jesus' name. Oh, there's just nothing like it. I just hope that you guys find that freedom too. And I know all of us have experienced it in some way, at least if you get cut, it heals, right? Okay. All right. Love and blessings, guys.